Thanks. Yeah, all right. All right, stop it. Although I must say you have great taste. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Oh, man. Okay.
She's #1 at being dumb, the new face of the DNC. Gather round, cause that's our Jazzy.
Yeah, baby.
Jasmine Crockett's got another hot take. No blacks and whites on a wedding cake. The Democrats' new chosen one, Jasmine Crockett, is in the news again for an old clip where she attacked Florida Rep. Byron Donalds for marrying a white woman.
Greg Gutfeld didn't just have a debate, he tore it apart. Live on national TV, he cut through Jasmine Crockett's usual lines with sharp precision, turning a calm discussion into total chaos. Every sarcastic remark hit hard, leaving Crockett flustered and struggling to respond while millions watched. Her carefully prepared points fell apart under Gutfeld's non-stop pressure. The studio was buzzing with shock, the crowd reacted loudly, and social media exploded almost instantly. What was supposed to be a debate became a full-blown spectacle. By the time Crockett even realized what happened, the moment had already slipped away.
Or literally, it's because you married a white woman and so you think that whitewashed you.
That's not very woke, is it? Of course, Crockett isn't the only Democrat who's opposed to interracial marriage, or else more Democrats would have voted for this one. Racist!
Greg Gutfeld doesn't just debate, he tears things apart. Every exchange becomes a verbal battlefield, fueled by perfect timing and sharp wit. Polite discussion vanishes as he slices through political posturing with ease, his sarcasm landing like a spark. So when Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett stepped into the spotlight, hoping for another viral moment, a clash felt inevitable. And when it came, it hit hard. The moment she tried to turn routine committee theatrics into a performance, she walked right into her own unraveling. Her mistake was simple, thinking Gutfeld would play along like the mainstream press. He came prepared, every word calculated and relentless.
Plantation.
Tyrus, I go to you for no particular reason. Is she making any point there?
Like this makes me wish my mom made different father choices. Because we all get sucked into this. Like, this is... If you're going to talk about black history, at least know it. This is... At least know it, okay?
If you're enjoying this takedown, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Jasmine Crockett didn't step into this fight carefully. She rushed in, full of confidence but light on substance. She's better known for spectacle than strategy. She's perfected the art of turning noise into theater, talking over opponents, throwing out buzzwords, and staging outrage built for viral moments. Her political presence thrives on attention, not policy. Every microphone becomes a stage. Every flare-up feels rehearsed. To her supporters, it looks like passion. To everyone else, it comes off as empty noise dressed up as justice.
But it goes back to, that was 45 seconds of some of the, like, Kamala, you good right now. That was some of the dumbest I ever heard in my life. Here's the thing. This goes back to what we talked about earlier. They never have a solution. Just listen to your dumbass talk. You want to talk about agriculture? Why don't you fix the lottery? Why don't you make it easier for people who want to come into this country to work in agriculture and equitation and factories? Get rid of the lottery. Open it up. Talk to the president. Like, hey, we got a plan. We want to make it easier for people who can vet and come in and work in this country. Come up with an idea. Besides, any of y'all want to pick cotton? We're like, we're in suits in the middle of the Midwest. Why would we pick cotton? It's like the extreme stupidness of what she speaks. I'm so angry right now. And
Greg Gutfeld doesn't argue just to make noise. He breaks things down, one sharp remark at a time. That familiar grin isn't playful. It's a warning that he already knows how this will end. So when Jasmine Crockett launched into another one of her trademark performances, full of deflection, drama, and political theater, Gutfeld skipped the polite back and forth and then straight for the takedown. Every line exposed what others were afraid to touch. In just moments, Crockett stopped looking in control. She came off like a headline chaser, hunting her next viral moment, Lots of noise, no substance.
She's so rotten, she wants migrants picking cotton. We present to you Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, who made this shocking argument why America needs immigrants. Roll it, Alfred.
So I had to go around the country and educate people about what immigrants do for this country, or the fact that we are a country of immigrants.
Right.
The fact is, ain't none of y'all trying to go and farm right now. Okay, so I'm lying. Raise your hands.
When the wheels fall off.
You're not. We done picking cotton. We are. You can't pay us enough to find a plantation.
She wasn't asking questions, she was putting on a show. Every word and gesture felt rehearsed, not thoughtful. Instead of defending ideas, she chased reactions, trading substance for punchlines meant to go viral. To Gutfeld, that's politics at its worst. His response didn't rely on noise, it relied on facts. Each line landed with calm control, wrapped in sarcasm and quiet contempt. He didn't need to shout, the truth did the work. When he held up that unspoken mirror, Crockett saw herself clearly, contradictions, hollow slogans, and a persona built on spectacle. She had styled herself as the queen of committee chaos, turning hearings into headline traps. This time, the routine crumbled. Gutfeld dismantled it, line by line. Every pause, every staged outrage, every scripted flare-up fell apart, leaving only exposure and the lasting sting of his steady wit.
Kilmeade, she's getting to be the face of that party.
I know, thanks to your show.
Yeah.
I don't know what's more popular, this or The View on Gutfeld. But a couple of things. Did you see, at first I thought she was doing it for comedic purposes, but you watch back, nobody had a response. They didn't know what the hell she was talking about. And she's like, oh, really? Farming? Yes, it's called eating, farming. America's got the best farmers in the world. There's glory in doing it. People do it, and the people don't do it by hand anymore. This isn't 1820. So I was just stunned by what she's saying. But the weird thing is, she probably left that room thinking she knocked it out of the park. And I don't think that anyone can stop her from being the face of the party, except Bernie Sanders, who's 111 years old, talking about oligarchs.
He tore apart the illusion of her outrage, exposing every contradiction hidden beneath the theatrics. One moment she spoke of unity. Seconds later, she painted critics as villains in some imaginary plot against her supposed brilliance. Gutfeld wasn't fooled for a second. He cut through the act, showing it as a polished distraction from an uncomfortable truth. Once the theatrics faded, there was very little underneath. Then the tone shifted. Gutfeld dropped the jokes and went straight to the record, or rather, the lack of one. Despite all the fiery speeches and camera-ready moments, Crockett's real achievements in Congress barely exist. No major legislation, no serious reforms, just recycled talking points repeated louder each time. Gutfeld broke it down step by step until only one image remained, not a leader, but a brand. More celebrity than lawmaker, chasing attention over substance. Flashy? Sure. Meaningful? Not even close.
Do you have an opinion on this? Or should I move on to somebody?
No, I just... It has to come from me.
Yes.
Okay? None of y'all are qualified. Not just, for one thing, I'm mad at Charmaine the guy because he should have kicked her out. See, the problem is that we are allowing our own culture to be openly racist and get away with it. Now, if a white person is offended by that, and they should be, they say something, it's like, it's not the same thing. But if you say that, and another brother looks at you and goes, man, you wrong for that. And I don't want you on my show. Get the hell out, because I'm telling you right now, if I was not on the show, which happens sometimes, and someone was sitting in his chair and he was complaining about black men this and black that, and they shouldn't be here, and you know what happens when a white woman marries a black guy, you would not have seen that guy in the next segment. He would have kicked his ass off, because you're not gonna talk about somebody that I care about like that, or another person like that. That's the problem.
Crockett's defenders jumped in immediately, repeating the same tired excuses, shouting bias, tossing accusations, and insisting every criticism came from fear of her power. Gutfeld wasn't buying it. He cut through the noise with calm control, reminding everyone that criticism isn't cruelty, it's accountability. If someone can't handle that, politics might not be their lane. The online reaction was instant and brutal. Memes flooded social media, replaying the exchange like a knockout, complete with slow-motion clips and sharp captions. One viral post even showed a cartoon Crockett under the line, "Sit down and learn something." The twist? She set this up herself. No traps, no ambush, just a spotlight she couldn't resist. While she tried to dodge and redirect, Gutfeld stayed relentless, packing every line with wit, sarcasm, and precision sharp enough to cut through the chaos.
Yeah, all right, stop it! Although I must say you have great taste. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Oh, man. Okay.
It was like watching someone try to fight fire with glitter, loud, flashy, and doomed from the start. Even her usual allies started pulling back, realizing the spectacle was impossible to defend. Gutfeld wasn't just tearing apart a weak argument, he was exposing the whole culture of performance politics that Crockett represents. With humor sharp enough to cut and timing that struck without warning, he showed that viral attention does not equal leadership. Then came the finish. After breaking down her logic, mocking the theatrics, and exposing the emptiness behind her record, Gutfeld delivered a reminder that hit harder than any spotlight. Leadership isn't about chasing clicks, manufacturing outrage, or staging viral moments. It's about results. By choosing attention over achievement, Crockett lit the match herself, and Gutfeld made sure the fire burned.
Jesse, they call Musk a Nazi, and next thing you know, you got swastikas on cars. They called Trump Hitler and a Nazi and a fascist, and he got shot. So I don't really ever see that happening on the Republican side when we make fun of Democrats. It's also about the supporters. It's not just the leaders. It seems like Democrats are easily programmed to do bad things.
Yes, they are. They're very easily programmed, Greg.
I made you say that.
This wasn't just a takedown, it was a warning shot to every politician hooked on online applause. Greg Gutfeld didn't just unravel Jasmine Crockett's routine, he turned it into a live lesson in consequences. For anyone confusing noise with influence, he sent a clear message, with sarcasm sharp enough to leave a mark. The audience saw it. They were tired of it, and they weren't impressed. This wasn't a debate, it was control. Gutfeld walked into a polite setting and flipped the whole table. Crockett tried to rally support with her usual flood of outrage and buzzwords, but her credibility fell apart almost immediately. When it was over, the silence said it all. No cheers, no sympathy, just that awkward pause when spectacle meets reality. Everyone watching knew they'd witnessed a crash, not a win.
First, they cursed, now they thirst for blood. Jasmine Crockett is upping her temper tantrums, now saying the only way Democrats can win elections is by throwing hands.
I think you punch. I think you're okay with you okay with punching. It's Ted Cruz. I mean, like, this dude has to be knocked over the head, like, hard, right?
Crockett scrambled to recover, tossing out buzzwords like sparks, systemic oppression, voice of the people, let me finish. But each one fizzled the moment it met Gutfeld's calm, unshaken stare. It was like trying to put out a grease fire by yelling, loud, frantic, and pointless. Gutfeld stayed completely at ease, dismantling every line with perfect timing and that familiar smirk that said, "This isn't a battle, this is routine." His delivery was smooth, cutting, almost playful. "Thanks for the outrage. Please hold while we connect you to someone who cares." He wasn't struggling, he was cruising. You could almost imagine elevator music playing behind that grin. While Crockett tried to regain control, the audience soaked it in. Every sarcastic strike landed clean, snapping the tension and turning her supposed defiance into a live lesson in what happens when drama meets reality.
Now, she claims that she wasn't talking about Abbott's wheelchair at all. Yet she's mentioned Abbott's wheels before. In 2022, she posted Beto's rolling around the state. Where's Abbott rolling to? And according to the Washington Free Beacon, Crockett also liked several Facebook comments referring to Abbott as Hot Wheels back in 2020.
Her supporters went into damage control almost immediately. Tweets flooding out, opinion threads popping up within minutes, and emotional posts claiming misogyny and bias. None of it changed what just happened. The fallout was set. This wasn't a slip, it was a live collapse. The self-styled Empress wasn't just exposed, she was documenting her own unraveling in real time. Meanwhile, Gutfeld had already moved on, calm and unbothered, carrying the quiet certainty of someone who knew the outcome was final. This wasn't debate, it was an autopsy. A clear, unsentimental breakdown of any politician who confuses attention with achievement and chaos with charisma. What made it sting wasn't anger or volume, it was calm. No shouting, no theatrics, just dry humor and precise cuts. Gutfeld laid out fact after fact like he was dismantling a routine he'd seen 100 times. He wasn't angry, he was indifferent. And that indifference hit harder than any insult. Crockett stood frozen, microphone in hand, waiting for applause that never came. It felt like political karaoke, singing confidently into a room that had already gone silent.
How long is she going to keep this thing that she wasn't talking about, the wheelchair?
Yeah. Come on, babe, you know you're full of and all that, Jasmine. I think what happened was AOC was like, you guys, I need to triangulate and be serious now because I'm going to be a senator. So someone has to be a talking attention whore. Who's it going to be? And Jasmine raised her hand and goes, excuse me, Congresswoman Cortez, I speak jive.
What it is, mama.
She gave it everything she had, and it still fell apart because shouting isn't strategy and hashtags don't make policy. This moment went beyond party lines. It was reality crashing into performance. Gutfeld didn't just expose one politician. He tore the spotlight off a growing trend in modern politics. The viral lawmaker who treats Congress like a content studio, where every speech is staged and every bill becomes clickbait. That's the real warning here. Politics isn't a show. It isn't an audition, a brand, or a stage for clout disguised as conviction. Leadership demands results, not retweets. When spectacle replaces substance, someone like Greg Gutfeld is always nearby, armed with humor sharp enough to cut through the illusion and turn ambition into a cautionary tale. Crockett learned that lesson the hard way, live under harsh lights, with nowhere to hide and silence where applause should have been. As the lights dimmed and headlines rolled in, one truth stood out. This wasn't just another viral clash. It was a line in the sand. Gutfeld didn't just win a debate, he held up a mirror to the political circus, forcing viewers to see what it's become. When the noise faded, only one measure remained: competence. And when the spotlight finally went dark, Crockett was left alone with the aftermath, while Gutfeld walked away untouched, leaving a lesson that lingers. Power built on performance doesn't survive the truth. Politics isn't entertainment, it's accountability.